So if you're watching this video, you probably already are really considering teaching English online to Chinese students, because that's what both of these companies do. So I'm just going to talk about SayABC versus VIPKid, because I do teach for both platforms. I have been teaching on SayABC longer. I started in September 2018. And honestly, I love that company so much. It's definitely growing. It has 3,000 teachers, or that's what the most updated amount that I did get. I believe that was in December that they said that. And for VIPKid, it is kind of an unfair comparison because VIPKid has over 60,000. So SayABC is definitely growing, and I think that SayABC is definitely a great organization to join, especially over the summer, because they do have like summer camps and just a lot of students have more time. That's what they always say, like that's the heavy season. They're getting a bunch of students, they're getting a lot of booking, so it's great. And so I'll get into it now. So with SayABC, the main difference, I guess, would be the platform and how you're teaching. So it is 4 on 4, up to 4. I have classes with 1 student, I have classes with 2, 3, 4. So you have up to 4, and it's a 40-minute class. 40 minutes, that's it. And then for VIPKid, it's a one-on-one for 25 minutes. So you have up to 4 for SayABC, and you have one-on-one for VIPKid. So that's a difference. It's just depending on whether or not you want to juggle around 4 kids, but you do 40 minutes and then you're kind of that's over. And then also a difference with that is that you have 10 minutes in between, so you have a 40-minute class, 10 minutes in between. And then for the SayABC, or for VIPKid, you have 5 minutes in between, which ends up kind of being less because it's very hard to finish at 25 minutes and 0 seconds, and it's hard to, get into the other classroom, and maybe you're doing feedback and all that. So you have 5 minutes, but it feels like less. And then for SayABC, you have that 10 minutes to really like recollect yourself in between classes and all of that. So it depends, however you really enjoy teaching. Do you want to teach more than 1 kid? Do you think that'll make the time go faster? Do you not like 40-minute classes? Do you really like 25-minute classes? It's really your teaching style. So that's one of the factors. And then the platforms are pretty similar. You don't have to do your own curriculum. It's just uploaded there. Yeah, the PowerPoint's already open. It's a really nice platform for SayABC. It's an app that you download. I currently just use the Chrome for VIPKid, but I know that they have an app right now. I haven't really checked it out. It's probably very similar at this point. You have the firemen that can help you in both companies, and I believe they are sister companies from what I have seen. So they do probably correlate with each other a lot. They probably have maybe even the same engineers, I don't know, but both are very easy to navigate, really no issues there. So another main thing that is the difference between SayABC and VIPKid is that with SayABC you are assigned home rooms. So say you get those 4 kids, or you get 3, 2, 1, you are assigned homerooms, and that means 9 lessons. So you have 9 lessons with these 4 kids, and that's guaranteed. You are assigned those, you can't get them, which I'll talk about later, how that's kind of a positive and a negative. And for VIPKid, you get regulars, so you have to sell yourself on getting those regulars. So for SayABC, you do the 9 lessons, and then so far I've had basically all of them renew. None of them really stop. So a lot of the ones that I've had since September, I've had forever. So they're like my kids now. Like, I love teaching them. They're kind of a breath of fresh air after teaching, because I don't have a lot of regulars right now with VIPKid. I get a lot of new kids, and I'm starting to get more regulars, but I'll get a ton of regulars, and then the next week, not so much. It's a little weird, but maybe they're on vacation or whatever's happening. But with SayABC, you're gonna have those kids. You know what to expect. You can get very used to them very quickly. So regulars, you don't have to fight over, or for the homerooms, you don't have to fight over someone, booking you or anything like that. You're their teacher. And that's probably one of my favorite parts about SayABC, is that you learn to really love those kids, and you have a great time with them. I don't really have any bad homerooms where I really don't want this homeroom. Like, they're all great. And then with VIPKid, you have to get those regulars, and you have to sell yourself, get those regulars, make sure they're constantly booking you, and that's kind of like a homeroom, but not quite. You know, you're getting that one kid to be a regular, which means you also have to sell the parents, basically. The parents have to want you. And then we'll move on to pay. So pay is basically the same. For pay, you are getting, for SayABC, everyone gets paid the same. There's no $8 to $7 base pay plus this incentive, blah, blah, blah. It's everyone gets paid $15 base pay for that 40 minutes, and then you get a completion pay, which I always get. You know, after those nine lessons, you get paid a completion. So you get, that varies based on the season, not necessarily how well you do or how well another person is doing or whatever. So in the low season, it's 36. So you got paid $15 an hour. At the end, you get paid 36, which ends up being like $19 for 40 minutes. So I mean, that's pretty good, $19 for 40 minutes. And then for the high seasons, I believe it's 54, which I honestly forgot the math. I want to say it's $21 for those 50 minutes, which is like in the December, like the winter season and the summer season. So on their off season, they pay you a little bit less. And then for VIPKid, you get $7 to $9 for your base pay. So I get $8 an hour for my base pay, and then you get additional incentives. Like, some of the incentives are a bit ridiculous, because it's like, you just show up on time. Like, I would hope you would show up on time. Like, just show up on time. Get that extra $1 for that lesson. So that's $9 for that lesson just because you showed up. And then another one is for completing X amount. So for whatever reason, it's hard to find this information, but for every 30 lessons, like if you do 30 lessons in a month, you get 50 cents extra. If you do 45 lessons in a month, you get $1 extra per lesson. So, I mean, I always end up doing 45 lessons, so I just considered myself to make $20 an hour, because I always show up on time, because it's my job, and I always do about 45 lessons, or I do over 45 lessons a month. So that's what I consider myself. If you plan on doing less, maybe you probably are going to expect that 50 cents. Less than that, you're probably going to expect no incentive additional. But I mean, that's so easy to do. Like, you just do more than one lesson a day, and then you're good. Like, you're going to get that 30 cents, you're going to get that 50 cents, $1, no problem. So that's the pay difference, I guess you would say. It's really the same. You can make a little bit more with SayABC, but they're about the same. So I guess the next thing I would say is kind of just feeling hopeless. Like both of them have that, because in SayABC, if you feel hopeless, you can't really do that much about it. Like, if you're not getting bookings is what I'm talking about. Like, if you're not getting those homerooms, you can't really do much about it. You can contact someone through Skype, like, I'm not getting any, because I think what happened really is that they hired too many people, and they're not getting as many students as they thought. And I'm sure that will correct itself, though, over the summer, because they get so many. Every teacher I've talked to has always said, like, yeah, I'm booked over the summer. So that's what I'm expecting, that once they get back to that season, the ratio of students to teachers is really gonna, figure itself out, and it's gonna be really easy to get those classes. But for now, if you don't have homerooms, you don't have homerooms, basically, and you can't really do much about it. But with VIPKid, if you're not getting bookings, which that happens, if you're not getting bookings, then you can get certifications. You can get another TESOL. You can get, you can do level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's all different age groups. You can change your profile video. Like, there's just a bunch of things to at least keep you busy, so you're not worried. I mean, I feel like you can open up more slots, figure out a way to do that. And it's just something that you don't feel hopeless. You don't feel like, I'm just not gonna make any money, I guess. Like, no, there's ways to go around that. You can definitely manage to go do a workshop, get a little something on your bio, make yourself more attractive, sell yourself a little bit better. Get that trial. Like, getting the trial certification helped me a lot. I got booked pretty quickly after that, and once you get if you convert a kid, that's probably your student from then on, so they might be a regular, so you just generate more revenue like that. So, and another thing I want to talk about was traveling. So in my opinion, working with SayABC can make it a bit more difficult, because they do require an Ethernet connection, and you have to really have a laptop. But with VIPKid, you can just have good Wi-Fi. You know, you can't really have bad Wi-Fi, but you don't necessarily need an Ethernet cable. You can use one, that's definitely an addition, but it's definitely hard sometimes when you're traveling to have an Ethernet cable connected to somewhere and But if you have good Wi-Fi with VIPKid, you're gonna be fine. And you can use an iPad, so that's pretty nice, like not having to carry around a bulky laptop, or if you use a desktop, you don't have to, you know, figure out a way to do that, borrow someone's laptop, just use an iPad or whatever. And then for the schedule, so there is less flexibility with SayABC. You have to, usually, you don't have to, but I mean, your homerooms are 9 classes, which means and you do 2 classes per week. So like Monday, Thursday, Wednesday, Saturday, all of that. So you have to be available for, I can't even do 9 divided by 2, whatever that is. So like 5 weeks. 5 weeks out, you need to definitely have that open, but they want 14 weeks. So they want you to have your schedule open for 14 weeks, and you have to be available for that time. But with VIPKid, you can technically open your slots the night before if you decide. You're just not guaranteed that you're going to get a booking, but it's just way more flexible. Like 2 weeks is a good amount. Like that's really what it is, because I believe that the parents can only schedule up to 2 weeks in advance. Like it's like, that's the frenzy hour. Like Sunday at a certain hour is the frenzy, because that's when they're able to book. So yeah, you can open up your schedule 2 weeks in advance. You don't have to plan your life quite as much with VIPKid. So that's really all there is. Those are the differences. They're both amazing companies, though. I love working for both. That's why I'm still working for both. I'm living off of both. I love my job. Anyways, thanks for watching.